So I like this guy, John Hope Bryant. This was an interesting article. Not so much about health and fitness, but more so about kind of just habits, right? And kind of just explaining to you like the reality of the world right now, kind of where we are. I think we all can relate to this. So this article says Whoopi Goldberg says she can't afford to retire from The View after 18 seasons. If you don't marry well, you have to keep working. Well, I'm pretty sure this advice from her is meant for women, but we can definitely apply this to the everyday person. So let's see what he says. It's a long video, so I might not play the whole thing, but let's check it out.
I commend her for her candor and her transparency. She said, "Look, I may still need to work. I can't retire from The View because I hope the show goes on forever for her just for that statement." But some people are sort of outraged, like, how is this possible with somebody making $6 million, $5-6 million a year, which is their estimated compensation on the show? How is it possible that you need to work? It's estimated she has a $20 million or so net worth, and you'll see in a minute that that's not going to be enough if she needs to retire in the way in which she's accustomed. So basically, her income, the way she's structured her life, probably being a celebrity is expensive, is very similar to a $75,000 income of a middle class American, where they end up with $7,500, $10,000 most, a free income after they pay all their expenses. So let me walk you through very quickly, financial literacy lesson here, how she might be flowing and the stress she might be dealing with. So federal and state taxes in New York and California, which is where she is domiciled, I believe, it might hit her, and local tax also, of $3.5 million a year. So she might see
Damn.
40 to 45% of that, poof, gone, just in city, state, and federal taxes. Now her baseline is $3.5 million. She's got multiple homes. She's got Beverly Hills, New York City, maybe even a vacation property. So property taxes, staff upkeep, mortgages, $500,000 to $1 million a year, very likely. Staff and security, personal assistants, security detail, agent, managers, standard 10% agent fee, 5% manager fee, 5% lawyer fee. These are standard. That's $1.2 million gone before she touches it on the $6 million. Family and generational support. Often celebrities are the financial backbone for their families and extended families. This could be another $250,000 to $500,000 a year in indirect support. Lifestyle and brand costs. So she's got travel and stylists and appearances and charitable obligations. That's $500,000 to $1 million a year. So let's do a quick summary gut check. $6 million gross income, $3.5 million available net after taxes. Subtract $1.2 million for agents, managers, and lawyers, $1 million for homes, $750,000 for security and staffing and lifestyle, $500,000 for folks mooching on her. Family obligations and extended family. At least about $1 million or so for her free and clear. And clearly her expenses are over that. But I mean, even if that's the case, well, yes, her expenses are over that. So for her lifestyle, as she radically changes her lifestyle. So for somebody making $100,000 a year and is spending $90,000 a year, which is very normal, is what we're seeing in coaching and counseling. Most folks have too much a month at the end of their money. You're making $100,000, you're spending $90,000 on obligations. It's the same squeeze as if she has $3.5 million free to her to allocate, but at the end of it, she has a fraction of that she can actually use to live. So this is not about pitying celebrities or resenting them. God bless them. Kudos to them. It's about the fact that you can outspend your income, whoever you are.
Damn. Yeah, man. And if this doesn't show you, bro, that celebrities are just like everyday people too, they just have more access to things that you don't have access to, but they're in the same boat as you, man. And you guys, I've trained a few celebrities before. I've been around a lot of celebrities just from being in the fitness industry. I've trained them, and one thing I can say, man, is a lot of these celebrities are, I don't want to say they're broke, but they're check to check just like everybody else, man. You know, they're check to check just like everybody else. And the reason why I'm bringing this article up, I know it doesn't have anything to do with health and fitness, but it does apply to the winner's diet philosophy when it comes to habits, right? And I'm not saying Whoopi Goldberg was, reckless with her money or whatever, but um this is more so for people that do have, you know, money or just a better lifestyle living, man. Your habits have to still remain like basically you still have to have the same habits that got you there, right? So just because you're making a lot more money now, it doesn't mean you got to spend that much money. This is how a lot of celebrities get into a lot of bullshit because their lifestyle, man, is very expensive. Because one, they got Uncle Sam taking damn near half of what they bringing in, and if you're in a place like California, New York, you're getting hit over the fucking head, regardless. Not to mention state income tax, right? That's why a lot of them are moving to Florida and Texas and Nevada or Tennessee to escape that income tax. Then on top of that, you got, lifestyle factors. You got travel. We know you're not going to go to coach. You're going to first class. Some of them are even doing chartering private jets. You know, that's a cost. You got hotel stay, you got food, you got assistance, payroll. If you're a dude, well, you might be taking care of 2, 3 girls, right? You might have them put up in an apartment somewhere. That's costly. Buying handbags, buying shoes, taking care of some bills. That shit adds up. You got family, you know, you gotta make sure yourself is fresh. You got clothes, upkeep, jewelry. So, man, all that shit adds up, man. And the point is the discipline, right? Now, some of these you can't really escape. Like bills are gonna be there. Like there's a certain things that you gotta pay for, right? You got taxes. If you got a large staff, like that has to be done. But there are a lot of things also that you have to keep in mind for, man. So discipline definitely plays a part in this whole situation here. Just because you make money don't mean you got to spend it. There was a point in time where I was making, you know, a boatload of money in my training career and I fucked it off. So I'm always going to relate it to myself because there was a point in time where I was making a lot of money, bro. I was 24, 25. It's probably hitting, that was the first time I was touching close to 6 figures in my training career, and I thought I was fucking rich, you know, but the more money I made, the more I was fucking it off. The more I was spending it on things I didn't fucking need. And then when business slowed down, guess what? Those bills were still there. So the new car that I got still had to pay the car note. You know what I mean? Um, the girls I was seeing at the time, well, they still want you to take them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there was so many things that for me that I messed up on early on. And, now that I'm older now, 30 years old now, I can look back and be like, man, I shouldn't have done that. And I probably would have been way better. But you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. You're not always going to understand these things until it happens to you. So when you're in a privileged position, man, you still have to maintain the same habits that got you there, maintain the same discipline that got you there, you know, and then get to a point where hopefully you invest right, and then those assets can pay for the liabilities.